Alright, back for more Charlie Brooker's Screenwipe. So, the last episode we did was Series 2, Episode 1. I actually have already done Series 2, Episode 2. I did that about 2 years ago. That was the third reaction to the show I ever did. So, now we're jumping to Series 2, Episode 3. Hey.
Hello, I'm Charlie Brooker and you're watching Screenwipe, a program all about television.
You alright, dude? Oh god.
Transform your lips with mirror shine.
Is that Pete Burns?
Unique, the new heart-shaped wand.
Is that a cat's penis?
Moisturizing gloss. It's
Cat's
smooth
penis,
and
cat's penis, cat's penis, cat's penis. Ugh.
It does look like it.
Jesus Christ! I'm watching a high-definition TV, and let me tell you, the visuals are so sharp you could cut your eyes on them. This documentary looks amazing.
For all the hype about HD, you won't really notice the difference unless you buy a gargantuan screen. And for the first year or so, it's going to be little more than a tech demo, really. Lots of programs turning their sharpness knob up to 11
That's
to impress
true.
early adopters.
This was
Of course, high
2006,
def is merely
so...
the latest in a string of
I think,
evolutionary
right?
leaps that have transformed the way we sit slumped in front of a box wishing we were dead. It all began back in 1936 with the invention of television broadcasting itself. Early broadcasts, seen here reconstructed in colour in 1976, just to confuse you, largely consisted of exquisitely posh presenters and manky bits of music hall. 1964 and BBC Two, or as the French call it, BBZ2, bursts on air 3 years later, introducing colour, used to great effect in this early dramatisation of the Quality Street tin. 1967 also sees the first international satellite transmission, a 6-hour special famous for this uplifting performance from the Beatles. A message the world stubbornly failed to heed.
True.
Nevertheless, the great leaps forward keep greatly leaping forward.
More now than
Struck
ever.
forward to the 70s and bingo, magic writing on the box seen here in the 80s to confuse you again.
It's not all up today, is it? Come on. There it is.
There
Right.
it is.
As we move towards the present day, we get landmark diarrhea.
1989,
What?
satellite TV arrives. 1992, NICAM stereo. 1999, digital broadcasting and widescreen.
2006 HD, and here we are, here.
Let's do
The
that.
thing is, HD is just a mere blip, technologically speaking.
Oh, you have no
Computer
idea.
monitors have been HD for years, TV's just catching up. The real changes are yet to come.
Yep.
Take scheduling, for instance. At the moment, it's a game of poker for TV networks where each channel attempts to win by playing their best hand. The man from the BBC thinks he's sitting pretty with EastEnders, but ITV's got a trump card there, a 5-hour Emmerdale special.
Holy shit.
But modern
A 5
home disc
hour.
recorders, which let you store up shows and watch them at your leisure, make a mockery of the whole notion of a schedule in the first place.
People in telly
That guy must
sometimes
have fun.
bemoan this and say, oh no, it's the end of the collective viewing experience and people talking about things they've seen the next day. But that's bunkum. There's more water cooler talk than ever, it's just that it's on the internet. Actually, why am I telling you this? It's not like you don't already know. There's a good chance you downloaded this show off an unofficial torrent site and you're watching it on a laptop right now. Ooh,
Sorta.
Pixel boy, yeah? Ooh.
Or maybe you're on holiday
Sorta.
watching it on a beach, courtesy of one of those fancy remote viewing TV web streaming gizmos. Or maybe you're our lawyer vetting one of the rough cuts we make available online. The whole world's gone pixel bloody mad.
Speaking of pixels, what
They
about
make rough cuts
video
available online, huh?
games? Ooh.
In the space of 34 years, they've gone from simple representations of ping pong to fancy representations of ping pong, which you can
Oh,
play against
shit.
network players all over the world. Why watch sport on TV when you can take part yourself?
That's
At
fight
the
night.
moment, TV, the internet, and video games are three distinct entities, but the lines are blurring, and soon they'll all be the same tossing thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
in a decade's time, TV as we know it will be unrecognisable. It will be a two-way device bristling with on-demand entertainment, social interaction, and global virtual sports in which anyone can participate. Oh, and obviously it'll have a hatch on the side that dispenses pine nuts.
You are somewhat correct. Not completely, but... God
People
damn.
think television's a glamorous industry to work in, but is it really?
No.
Is it really? Is it really? Really, is it? Is it really?
That's Reggie at the Machine, I think.
When I was a runner, I got called into my exec's office. he asked me to come to his desk, turn around and face the window, which I did so for half an hour. As I was leaving, I realised the fucker had used me as a sunblock to block out the sun from hitting his computer screen. I mean, what a prick.
That's crazy.
Emmerdale is fast overtaking EastEnders
Holy
to become Britain's
shit.
second favourite soap.
I mean, that's
Although
fucked
weirdly,
up, but
I've
that's
never met
funny.
anyone who actually claims to watch it, which is probably why it feels neglected, and like any neglected child, occasionally throws a tantrum to draw attention to itself.
Whoa!
Boo-hoo, I'm gonna blow up my house! My arms! This be the worst accident I ever did see. Yes, there's so much death in the Dales, it's actually more of an apocalyptic horror serial than a soap.
It looks like
And
it.
when Emmerdale residents aren't going, I'm on fire, they're keeling over for no apparent reason.
Oh, Brodus died.
Mom!
Oh,
Or straining themselves to death on the toilet.
What's the matter with you?
Just overdid it last night, that's all.
Yeah, I'd give it 10 minutes if I were you.
yeah.
In fact, there's so much fatality and strife going on in Emmerdale, they've recently taken to sticking flowers round the lens in a desperate bid to lighten things up. Sometimes it's almost as cheerful as an EastEnders Christmas special. I said almost.
Ashley asked me if I'd like a favourite song played. Yeah.
Adding to the morbid atmosphere is the fact that half the cast consists of faces from TV's yesteryear. There's Elizabeth Estenson from the Liverbirds and Teabag, seen here quarrelling rather
Teabag.
pointlessly with Emily Simons from Home and Away. There's also slick 70s heartthrob Patrick Mower. Veteran actor Freddie Jones pops up too, playing a ghost who lurks in the background to comment on the vicar's life.
Can't you see you're upsetting her?
You know why I couldn't tell you?
Oh, and Nick Berry, who's let himself go a bit. Still, it's not all death, death, death. There's also love, which is expressed with a rare and beautiful lightness of touch.
You know, the idea actually excites me.
Me too. You and me, doing it in Matthew's bed.
And of course, there's Love's Hangover.
What?
Pregnancy.
We have someone you can see for counselling if this news comes as a bit of a shock.
The
You're
fuck?
pregnant.
I'm happy to tell you, Mrs. Hope, that you're pregnant.
In fact,
She looked very
"You're
happy."
pregnant" is Emmerdale's second most commonly used phrase, shortly after "I'm afraid the house blew up and your daughter was killed."
Yeah, what the fuck?
Still, despite all the sex and carnage, Emmerdale hasn't completely lost sight of its rustic roots. You still get the occasional squint at a pig or a goose, and this man's
Those
just
were
had
sheep.
a conversation with a cow.
Carl's just told me about Kane and your friend.
Anyway, I think I can just about see why Emmerdale's becoming so popular. It's simultaneously more glamorous and more grimy than EastEnders, and it features the finest dialogue you'll hear in any UK soap.
Get stuck in it on the house.
Indeed.
Introducing Catherine Townsend, sex columnist.
One of the most fake things on television is, of course, the fact that everyone's always just unfeasibly gorgeous. We never
Yep.
see any tan lines. Where are the pimples on the ass? Where's the cellulite? And on men, where is the back hair? You never see any of this. Everyone's always perfectly shaved and gorgeous. I love it if we're that way in real life, but unfortunately, most of us have a little work to do. The thing about one-night stands on television is they're always perfect.
I just met this guy.
True.
Somebody I'd never laid eyes on before. I met him at the car wash, one of those drive-through things, and
Ally McBeal had a really unrealistic one-night stand. I think, first of all, the show is insulting to the audience's intelligence on so many levels, but never more so than in the episode where Ally hooks up with a car wash attendant. But he's not your normal kind of grease monkey with no teeth. He is this gorgeous male model car wash attendant. And
He's like the guy
during
from Car Share.
during the car wash cycle, which must last only a couple of minutes, they somehow manage to have this really amazing, passionate encounter.
and we make love right there inside of the car wash.
I've heard of this show. I've never seen it. But what the fuck?
Afterward, she's sort of worried about destiny and kismet, and you just think you'd be worried about getting a rash because there was just obviously it wasn't safe sex of any kind. And the only thing was that her hair was a little bit wet and a little bit messed up. But other than that, she looked good. Another thing that's really unbelievable is that the women are often wearing underwear. You'll see scenes in Sex and the City because of a no nudity clause or whatever. Sarah Jessica Parker never ever has a bare chest, ever. She'll wake up in the morning, she's still got her bra on. It's completely unbelievable. And Samantha, who's supposedly the most uninhibited of the group, you see scenes where she's on top of this guy. And
I don't think I can show this.
She's got underwear on. I think for most women, masturbation is a pretty quick affair. Most of us, have jobs to get to, maybe have flatmates. There's a lot of time pressure. But in the Hollywood version and on TV, it seems to kind of be this long, drawn-out romantic theme.
Meanwhile, Samantha was troubleshooting her own laptop.
There's a clip from Sex and the City where Samantha is masturbating, and it's an all-day thing. She's got her vibrator, she's lit her candle, she's smiling in this kind of really creepy way, and everything seems to happen really slowly. It's got to be hard for any woman watching a scene on TV and thinking that her sex life should actually be like that, because it very rarely is. So many of us have to deal with bad sex, bad one-night stand, bad technique, flaccid penis, in real life. That what's wrong with a little bit of fantasy? I think it can be a good thing.
Oh no.
One production company I used to work for, the executives used to make us come in early for a team meeting and have a big discussion about our professional and personal goals for the day.
I'm going to pull all my ideas together and really get that key idea ready for the Channel 4 daytime pitch. My aim this week is I'm going to pull out all the stops and I'm going to really go for it and get some top male guests for our new chat show.
This week I really want to help my team facilitate all their aspirations. I think we didn't quite reach them last week.
I can't believe the crap we used to make up to please the fucking executives.
That was awful. I really want you to try harder.
And at the end of the discussion, we would have to recite the company's mission statement.
Oh, God.
Which was, our commitment at the company is to be part of something extraordinary. We are committed to working with each other
to make the company an exciting and dynamic place to work.
We are committed to the company being a place where creativity can flourish and where we can support each other in fulfilling our dreams.
What is this, grade school?
For fuck's sake.
Yeah.
They say food is the new porn, but
that's
surely
crazy.
That's rubbish, isn't it?
Gourmet salad with caramelized pears and creamy Stilton.
Oh, you dirty bit of children.
Cook's-Wold pork pie in rich crust pastry. Extra sweet, hand-picked fresh cherries. This is not just food.
Fucking damn right it's not. It's food that's about to be silly. So anyway, it seems food is indeed the new porn, which is just as well, because what the hell could be more of a turn on than this?
Hi there, good morning.
Oh,
I'm
God.
Will Thompson. Welcome to Saturday Cooks.
Yes, it's Necklace Sex Barrel Anthony Worrell Thompson, played here by the warrior dwarf from Lord of the Rings, presenting ITV's Saturday Cooks. Sorry, as you can see, there's actually an exclamation mark in
Saturday
the title,
Cooks.
which means I should be pronouncing it Saturday Cooks.
That's
Each week, Woz is joined by some celebrity guest chefs. For instance, here he's joined by a 50-year-old Justin Lee Collins.
What are you going to be cooking for the lads?
Well, it's got to be something really simple. It's
You got that walrus mustache.
Actually, is it just me, or does this look a bit like a West German porn star reunion?
It
It's
does.
all lightweight, undemanding stuff. In fact, as far as I can see, the only real problem with Wozzer, apart from the fact that his voice is so nasal, he often sounds like a bee playing a kazoo in an envelope, is that he keeps saying things that would put anyone off their food.
I didn't have my sports bra on today, so I felt bouncing about a bit there.
That's
bit of a sweat on now, actually.
Oh.
A bit wet. I had a bit of a sweat on.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
Also, there's the occasional shot which makes it look like he's trying to scratch his nuts, which doesn't exactly help.
Lovely beef.
Oh.
Lovely
when
beef
he's not
indeed.
doing that, he sometimes sports a strange sort of infinitely bored look whenever anyone else is speaking.
The vanilla seal is definitely the things that would indicate to you that.
We all know about Rioja and how successful that region's been. And obviously now there's some fantastic
Yeah, he does look
wines.
bored.
I've got one recipe which is for gazpacho, and I wonder if you could suggest some others.
He's got resting
Saturday
bitch face.
Cooks is the rival show to the BBC's Saturday Kitchen, which is presented by the affably goonish James Martin, whose specialist subject seems to be mocking any guest with a foreign accent.
We're going to make, what do you call them? A stew.
A skew?
Yeah.
What's a skew?
I call them a stew.
Yes, we need subtitles on the bottom of this recipe, don't we?
This is called chicken pollo saltimbocca. It is chicken with ham and fontina cheese.
If you didn't get that, it's chicken on a skew.
Yeah, you tell him, James. Coming over here, sharing his wisdom, cheeky bastard.
Yeah, all right.
Funny you can say that, right?
Yeah, exactly. Now, all these cookery shows are perfectly watchable.
It's not like you invited him on the show
They
or
tend to
anything.
all blend into one. For instance, Saturday Kitchen features a regular Food Heaven, Food Hell segment where viewers decide what to feed that week's starred guest.
Will you give Shana her idea of food heaven, mozzarella, or will you condemn her to food hell and make her eat sea bass?
It's a segment that will seem eerily familiar to
Seabass.
viewers of ITV's Sunday Feast.
Will it be his Sunday feast in heaven, grilled sardines?
Or will you choose his Sunday feast in hell, salt and pepper squid? Well,
Though
the dish you
fortunately,
think-
they'll be
Salt
too
and
busy
pepper
getting
squid.
Now, Andy Peters to notice.
You know,
There's only so much
I'd
you can
try
do
that,
with the
honestly.
televised preparation of food, which is why the surrounding
That
gimmick
sounds weird
is
enough that it
often
could be
more
good.
important than
I'd
the
try it.
recipes themselves. Already we've had annoying Shoreditch twattery with a bloke who thinks everything's wicked.
It'll be wicked in that salad.
Why is he
Fuzzy
not naked?
bikers who look like they'd rather throw a bottle of piss at a support act than roast some chicken. And even cooking and f***ing. I mean, the word f***ing bellowed as aggressively as possible into someone's face.
Hell
You jumped up little fucking prick. Who the fuck do you think you are? Because you, as a maitre d', are fucking useless.
Say what you like about Gordon Ramsay, he's not afraid to call a spade a f***ing
What the fuck do you think you're doing, you fucking idiot?
The most recent TV food gimmick is Cooking in the Danger Zone, in which Stefan Gates visits the world's trouble spots
Holy shit.
and eats there.
What?
Chin had ordered chicken as well as dog stew, just in case I wimped out.
It's surely only a matter of time before we end up getting underwater cookery or graveyard cookery or cookery near some pencils. It seems anything will do as long as it's got some cookery.
Ozzy
and
Osbourne
preferably
cookery.
A celebrity. I mean, what next? Cilla Black rubbing an OXO cube on an orange?
Yes.
I helped myself to an orange and I helped myself to an OXO cube. Doesn't that look fabulous?
There it is. And there she is.
And this is my... And I started
Rest in
eating
peace.
it.
I think.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure she's dead. I don't remember.
Glossy, iconic 80s
Shit.
top show Miami Vice, available on DVD, made a big splash on TV and has now transferred to the big screen. Here's a look at some other, less pastel and neon crime shows, all of which are worth detecting on DVD.
Okay, let's talk.
First up, Columbo, the classic 70s crime series starring Peter Falk as the deceptively brilliant, shabby investigator who specialises in irritating his subjects into submission. Almost every episode's a delight. This one from season 3 starring Donald Pleasance is particularly
nice.
great.
Thursday the 20th. That's what did it, sir.
Next, the quirky and some might say tasteless Monk.
I remember
Hot
Monk.
With the gimmick, his being that he suffers from obsessive-compulsive disorder, which makes him a pain in both nuts to share a flat with, but great at solving crime. Finally, since the Zucker Brothers Police Squad isn't available on DVD till November, let's celebrate Sledgehammer, the 80s Dirty Harry spoof packed with cheesy gags and NRA baiting satire.
Trust me, I know what I'm doing.
It's variable stuff, but there's at least a couple of good old-fashioned guffaws in every episode, and we could all
Bruh.
do with a laugh, couldn't we, Governor?
What the fuck?
I didn't know you knew how to disarm a bomb.
I don't. I have this.
Don't be fooled by all my negativity and scowling.
That
okay?
looks
I'm
awesome.
human. I love. And one of the things I love is Deadwood on Sky One.
But it shoots the car.
Now, even if you're not that familiar with the show, you probably already know two things about it. One, Ian McShane plays a charismatic villain, and two, it's got loads and loads of bad language in it.
Fucking beer.
Get the fuck inside, Leon!
Actually, the constant bad language is a deliberate stylistic choice. People in the
The way
Wild
you
West
said
didn't
that.
really speak like that. They used cuss words like nincompoop or tarnation, which
Right.
would have been shocking at the time, but strike us today as impossibly tame. But the creators decided to make the townsfolk contemporarily foul-mouthed to maintain that anarchic, underclassy feel in the present day, and it works. The people of Deadwood talk f***ing tough.
Get inside or get shot!
Well, hold her up then. Got a long fucking way to fall down.
Still, ultimately, all the effing and blinding is just window dressing. What makes Deadwood remarkable is the things
Wait.
it doesn't do. The people of Deadwood talk f***ing tough.
Get
Why?
inside or get shot!
Well, hold her up then. Got a long
Why was
fucking
Charlie
way to fall
censored?
down.
Still, ultimately, all the effing and blinding
Hold on,
is
man.
just window dressing. What makes Deadwood remarkable?
Why was Charlie
is the
censored,
things
but
it
the show's
doesn't
not?
do. Unlike almost every other program on television, it never patronises the viewer. In fact,
What's the
it does
fucking
opposite.
difference?
It gives you no easy handle to get a hold of. In fact, there's often more talk than action.
Could you have been born, Richardson, and not egg-hatched as I've always assumed? Did your mother hover over you?
And the dialogue's so oblique, you sometimes don't even know quite what's going on. At times it's almost Shakespearean, and I don't use that term lightly.
Information which affects this community is not my prerogative to disseminate. To do so is my sacred responsibility.
Whores currently disseminating a dose, for example.
To inform within decency's limits. We've had this discussion before.
Citizens better die postulating than touch indecent ink.
At first it's quite off-putting.
Yeah, I see
you
what
have
you
to
mean.
actually go through a sort of wall of understanding before you can pick it up and get carried along. But fortunately, you get so drawn to the characters that doesn't matter, and it's these characters that are Deadwood's real trump card. Chief amongst them, of course, is Ian McShane, seemingly having the time of his life, playing the wonderfully brutal Al Swearingen, saloon owner and bastard.
Swearingen? Oh my god! Oh!
McShane's performance is completely mesmerising, almost magically so, but it's just one of many superb performances in the programme. The whole town is populated with one solid character actor after another, most of whom are real, oh, it's him faces. For instance, oh, it's him from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, plays the kindly local doc. Oh, it's him from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, plays the newspaper guy.
Oh.
And oh, it's him from Blade Runner, plays E.B., the wonderfully creepy, no-good mayor. So sleazy, every word he utters feels like a gobful of worms landing in your lap.
Do you only feign stupidity while in fact plotting ways to madden me?
Some of the performances do teeter on the brink of parody,
Wasn't his
but never
nose.
quite tip themselves over into the pit. Take Calamity Jane, for instance.
Yo, a piss puddle. Must not have seen that when seating myself.
Now, Robin Weigart's performance is so big it's almost Little Britain, but she gets away with it because you just inherently believe in all the characters in Deadwood. Because the characters in Deadwood define the plot, not the other way round, and that's rare. Furthermore, all the characters, no matter how incidental they are, each has their own plausible inner life. Then there's all the attention to background detail, all the grime and dirt, even the old glass in the windows. Deadwood is a character in itself, slowly transforming itself from a ramshackle prospector's settlement into a bona fide town. It's a believable, isolated world unto itself. Okay, it's not completely perfect. The sheriff, for instance, played by the preposterously named Timothy Oliphant, often lapses into what looks like a comically stiff Dirty Harry tribute act.
Tell that Chinaman when I want admission to his meat locker, it behooves him to fucking cooperate.
More worryingly, everyone in it necks so much whiskey throughout, it's hard to watch it without wanting to join in yourself, and it's absolutely impossible to concentrate on this programme through a fug of whiskey, I can tell you. All in all, Deadwood's easily one of the finest shows of the last 5 years. If you haven't got into it yet, I urge you to rent or buy the box set, starting at the beginning. Clear yourself a weekend. And
Jokes
just
on you, I'm a
wallop
pirate
in
off the
it.
internet.
In fact, the only real
I
criticism
mean, what? Who said
have
that?
of it is that it's ending next year.
Damn. That means it ended like 18 years ago.
Oh! Really early on in my career, I was working as a runner for a major production company. And I was down on location.
Smart not to name
I
him.
got a call to go and meet the presenter at his car when he arrived.
Hi, yeah, my car's just pulling up outside now.
His big executive car turned up. He just swung his feet out of the door and ordered me to polish his shoes. I mean, he made me get down in the gutter and polish each of his feet.
God damn.
I mean, I don't think he even said thank you.
Probably not.
What a
Well, if you're on YouTube, I hope you didn't enjoy that last segment because you did not see it. Click over to Dropbox to see that last segment because fuck, brother, I can't censor all that. Like it's way too much. I'll put that whole segment on fucking I have to put that whole segment on Dropbox. That shit was insane. Good lord. Oh, I guess it's hard for me to ever even focus at that. So, I never saw Deadwood. I mean, it wasn't the type of show that I would have been interested in at the time it came out, because it came out when I was, a child. Let me see. Yeah, I went from, it only had 3 series, 36 episodes. They did make a movie, though, in 2018. It often makes lists of shows that were canceled too soon. Interesting. It won 8 Emmy Awards. Why the fuck did they cancel it then? That's fucking weird. Wonder what happened there. Was the movie well received? Let's see. Yes, the movie was very well received. A triumphant coda to a beloved series, Deadwood the movie will satisfy fans longing for a little fucking closure. Okay, fair enough. Even Roger Ebert's tight ass gave it 4 out of 4 stars. Fair enough. All right then. Well, oh yeah, Cilla Black's dead, right? I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure she's dead. Yeah, she died in 2015. I don't know why I second guessed myself. I was like, wait a minute. She's dead, right? Holy shit. Rest in peace. She's been dead almost 10 years now. Shit. Alright, well, that was it for my reaction to Charlie Brooker's Screenwipe. That's it for me today. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to leave it a like. If you didn't like it, don't. If you want to follow any of my social media links are all in the video descriptions, as well as names on my Patreon. If you didn't know, you can be Patreon me for as low as £1 and you get extra wrecking videos, as well as written comments with daily sometimes more. With all being said, though, my name's Harris. He's been my, what's the gimmick? This has been my, is this 7, actually? I don't no, I think this is 8. Right? You already know because you're looking at it, but I don't remember because I jumped around a little bit and I went back to it in order. I think this is 8. Yeah, my 8th reaction, Charlie Brooker Screenwipe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.